This is 18-year-old Chinese javelin thrower Ziyi Yan. She's the current under-20 world record holder with a personal best of 65.89 meters, just shy of 2 meters clear of every other under-20 athlete in history. And in the very first throw of her season and the 2026 Xiamen Diamond League in China, out would fly a completely unexpected nuke. 71.74 meters, an event that's been on life support lately. For reference, this is the world lead for this year. This is where the world record would be. And this is the end fence because we haven't seen a 70-meter throw for the last half decade. Yan absolutely obliterated her own previous personal best and own under-20 world record. She's now the greatest under-20 javelin thrower ever by almost an entire 8 meters. Statistically speaking, that is easily the most dominant under-20 world record in the sport, and it's not even close. But more importantly, it's also the second farthest throw we've ever seen in the event, only half a meter behind the lone 72-meter world record by Barbara Spotakova, the greatest winner in the women's javelin period. But unfortunately, as the title implies, we'd never get to know just how close she could get to that world record because she would retire immediately from the competition, not the sport. Hey, before you get mad, that is the official terminology. This little R means she retired from the comp. But silly antics aside, inexplicably, with 5 attempts left in the competition, she abruptly shuts it down, immediately retiring, first throw of the season, taking the win and just packing it up. Obviously, no one else got close. To be blunt, the past 2 years, the women's javelin has been collectively the worst performing event in the sport. Last year's World Championship gold medalist throwing 10% less than the current world record in the event. That's bad, like really bad, even compared to other events that are slumping. But with one athlete and one singular throw, we might just be back. There is some speculation she called it quits on her competition early because of the amount of taping on her arm, indicating the possibility of a minor injury and that she didn't intend to throw much today regardless. Otherwise, why else would you give up such an incredible opportunity in the form of your life to continue throwing and possibly break a world record in front of a home crowd? But again, that's pure speculation. Injury suspicion aside, 18 years old, second furthest all time, and in her first throw of the year, enough said, man. The women's javelin world record is a dead man walking. But to be honest, this might have been the case even before tonight. Hear me out. For a while now, Ziyi Yan had been showing the potential to be a once-in-a-generation athlete. I just don't think anyone who had been following along had expected it to be so soon. In 2024, at the age of 15, she made her first splash into the scene with a 64.28 meter throw, a world lead for the year, although it was very early season, and a qualifying mark to the 2024 Paris Olympics. And while there was minor speculation of the legitimacy of her breakout mark, she immediately backed it up, taking the under-20 world title later that year, only a couple months after she turned 16. And I'll give you 3 seconds, guess how much she won by?
Oh, that is huge!
By just shy of 9 meters. A disgusting example of just how far ahead she is of competition around her own age. And although she qualified for the 2024 Olympics, she wouldn't be eligible to attend due to age restrictions, which if you're a bit of a critical thinker, you might say is weird since Quincy Wilson competed at those same games age 16, and also 16-year-old Cooper Lukenhouse at the 2025 World Champs. Well, for specific events, athletes under the age of 18 can't compete at global championships, those mainly being throwing and some other events like the triathlon, 10,000 meter, and marathon, which start to make sense from a safety perspective. Until you remember we've seen 14 and 15-year-olds compete in swimming, Ledecky notably even winning gold in 2012, but I digress. Ziyi Yan would finish that 2024 season, age 16, and the 9th furthest thrower in the world. And 2025 would be very much the same. Age 16, going on 17, unable to compete at the 2025 World Athletics Championship despite qualification, improving her PR in the background and under-20 world record to 65.89 at the Chinese Athletics Championship, a distance that would have won that year's World Championship by 80 centimeters. And that would finish her as the 5th farthest thrower that year, consistently throwing 64 meters back-to-back at the tail end of the season. And the point I'm trying to make is this has been a long time coming. She's been a legitimate world contender since the age of 15, even building on that consistency through ages 16 and 17. And due to being ineligible for the last Olympics and World Champs, she's been able to patiently take the quiet road, with her coach focusing on long-term development. And this is the result. Season opener, number 2 all time, world record in the palm of her hands. And just looking at a lot of her last throws, she's never had troubles with consistency. So in theory, if she actually starts throwing like this semi-regularly, she's going to be unbeatable. Like, just look at the all section of the under 20 all-time list. She owns 8 of the top 10 furthest throws ever. Her potential is truly nothing like we've ever seen before. Even at the very top, only 5 athletes before her had ever thrown over 70 meters, and only 2 of them had ever done it more than once. And those were the 2 greatest of all time, Spodakova and Menendez. And when we look at ages, Menendez was 21, 24, and 25 years old when she threw hers, and Spodakova was 28 and 30 years old. Yan isn't even close to 19. She turned 18 yesterday. You can't make this up. Across the entire sport, she is the highest ranked under 20 athlete on an open all-time list ever, obviously sitting number 2, while Pamela Gelimo is number 3 in the women's 800 and Arian Knighton sits number 6 in the men's 200. That is the elite of elite company when we talk prodigies, but at the same time, it's not like either of these athletes lived up to their theoretical potential, but don't get pessimistic on me already. Let's just enjoy the show as it happens. Unfortunately, I don't know much technically about the Javelin at all, so if you're an expert or a thrower yourself, let me know what makes her so good down in the comments below, because from all I can tell is the speed at which she goes from the block to release is so visibly quicker than anyone else in the field. And then there's the fact there's almost guaranteed no weather intervention, unlike some other throwing event I won't mention, since this throw was done in an enclosed stadium. God, just gives me chills. Also, shout out to the rest of the Diamond League, Masai Russell with the second fastest of all time 100 meter hurdles herself, and Kevin Chippy, Mr. Double World Lead, with a pretty solid opener in the 400. Not near the world record for now, but I have more to say on that when I talk about everything in a couple days. See you all next time.